Becoming a world-class entrepreneur able to achieve the seemingly impossible demands an incredible ability to strategize, execute, and perform at elite level for years on end. But how can you learn how to do this fast? Well, by embracing a high-performance learning protocol that has propelled the careers of the entrepreneurs you admire the most. Let's get to it. Hey, I'm Castillo, founder of Selfmastered. We're a high-performance training company that helps entrepreneurs scale their businesses by solving their silent bottleneck, their own performance. We transform the unproductive, overwhelming, and focused entrepreneurs into laser-focused business athletes that can achieve in one day what they previously achieved in 1 week. What if I told you that the key to the success of those entrepreneurs that you admire, Bezos, Musk, Ford, Walt Disney, isn't only their IQ, their connections, their strong meme game, or their relentless work ethic? Or of course, all of those help. But in my opinion, after really reviewing all the biographies of these people, I've come to realize that what separates the good from the great is their ability to learn strictly what is needed at the moment so that they can foster the professional development faster. And this approach to learning is called just-in-time learning. Just-in-time learning, in essence, is focused on giving the learners what it needs when it needs it, and not relying on structured curriculums about things. So instead of trying to learn, let's say, marketing, you just focus on the thing that you believe is the bottleneck to your growth. And that's how you, over time, build a body of knowledge that you can rely on to accelerate your careers. Instead of just relying on curriculums created by other people that may have a lot of information, but it can be irrelevant to you at that moment, you essentially pick what you need in order to progress. And because what you need at that moment is rooted on what you need to be doing, then your brain will encode your information much easier. This is why most information that you learn at school, you forget it. I mean, you probably don't remember what's the Pythagoras theorem because you've never used it. But if you need to learn something in order to take your business or career to the next level, it is very easy that you will remember that over time because it was once useful and you could test that knowledge. You are, in a way, reducing the inventory of useless ideas that you are keeping. Just-in-time approaches have their origins in the world of manufacturing, specifically in Toyota, in which they have a production system that rely on the parts being delivered just at the moment that they were used in their processes, and they will reduce the inventory of spare parts and gain efficiency. And this is essentially one of the secrets that propelled the growth of Toyota in the 1950s to 1980s in Japan, and over time it overtook General Motors. But how can you implement this just-in-time learning approach to your day-to-day learning? Well, by following the same principles that Toyota followed when creating this production line. Before we get into that, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified every time we release a new video, and more importantly, other people can find this content, implement its teachings, and have results in their life, which is it's all about results. So the idea is you need to approach your learning protocols just as Toyota approached their manufacturing processes, which is having all the spare parts just in time when they need to be used. And you do this by having a clear understanding of the problem you need to solve at hand, testing that via practice, having a dedicated time in your day for learning, testing this and creating your frameworks, and finally sharing that knowledge with others. Because oftentimes the state-of-the-art knowledge about something specific isn't yet found in books. So first, understand the bottlenecks. What are your weaknesses? What is preventing you from getting to the next level? Let's say your entrepreneur has a business. Is it something related to lead generation? Is it about sales? Is it about product management? Is it about hiring? What is it? Identify exactly what you think is preventing you from getting to that next level. Step number 2 is get the top 10 books on the topic and research the top 5 YouTube channel on the topic. Why I say that? Because most content on the internet isn't really useful, has been gamified in order to fit to the SEO rules. So there's not much nutritional value in articles that you can find on the internet. What you should be focusing on is relying on the practitioners that actually have experience doing what you want to learn. And in my experience, it's all about books and YouTube channels, especially those YouTube channels are part of a practitioner's strategy of lead generation because they are incentivized to share their best content. So top 10 books, top 5 YouTube channels, and start devoting 1 hour a day to learning this. Let's say that you need to do a very important hire in your company. Well, then devote 1 month to read those 10 books, peruse all those YouTube channels, and create a valid hypothesis for the process that you need to do. Which leads me to step number 3. Once you know what you should be focusing on and you have a source of knowledge you can rely on, the next thing you can do is test it. Actually test it in the real world. Remember that the difference between theory and practice is non-existent in theory, but in practice it is very existent. So you need to test everything you read so that you can generate step 4 your own frameworks, because in life you will get paid either via salary or either via clients for the frameworks that you are able to create for others to use. So if you really read about hiring but have your unique twist, you have unique framework, you are going to be very valuable. And finally, 5, seek to connect with those that have created a life around this problem. Let's say back to this hiring example. It is very useful to try to connect with people that have a lot of experience in hiring so you can battle test your own framework. And this is just in time learning in a nutshell. First, you understand what problem you're trying to solve. 2, you seek specialized knowledge that you can, number 3, implement straight away to gather feedback in order to 4, create your own framework. And finally, connect and discuss and battle test your own frameworks with other people's framework, especially if those other people's frameworks come from the trenches of the industry or the problem or the concept that you're willing to master. And if you really think about how did Elon Musk become so good in such a short amount of time, because he battle tested what he knew about rockets, about brain chips, about tunnels at each step of the way. He was seeking to first understand and then battle test his frameworks with other people. In fact, I heard an anecdote of one of his engineers that when he first started SpaceX, Elon Musk was drilling him with questions, and he thought he was in a way questioning his own expertise, but really what Elon Musk was doing is trying to get to the bottom of the problem so he could learn it and then reuse those concepts and create his own framework. So again, really, it is your ability to learn fast but also deep. So not having a 1-inch deep type of knowledge, but being super deep about each topic that you need in order to take your life and your business, your family, your career to the next level. Don't just study marketing. Study exactly what is the bottleneck within your marketing system. Maybe it's your positioning, maybe it's your messaging, maybe it's your lead generation. Whatever it is, master that topic and then reach the next level, because life is all about reaching the next level one step at a time. And the best way to ensure that you are continuously improving is by sequentializing these learning seasons. So I hope this was useful. This has been transformational for me. In fact, remember that, guys, that I'm an architect who became a private equity guy in the real estate industry, and now I am essentially teaching performance and productivity, and I am in charge of marketing because I need to learn about it. So I'm constantly sequentializing knowledge season, and this is how I aim to become very good in a very short amount of time. Implement this. It's going to make a world of a difference. I can guarantee that. See you in the next video.